is Marcy, and she is my life and business partner. Together we run Nexus Online Strategies. We are a boutique digital marketing agency here in the Pearland area. And so we specialize in digital marketing, website development, and social media management, AI integration and systems. All the fun tech stuff, and that's what we do on that side. But on I got lost. This is so great. This is great. But no, I wasn't. I came in and I wanted to just really be kind of talk to y'all about who we are and who I am, who Marcy is. I'll be honest. So just to give you a little background. I'm the tech guy. I'm really an introvert, and I'm the techie. I'm the one that does all the systems. I'm the guy in the chair. You ever watch Spider-Man? I'm the guy in the chair, right? And she's the one that's more on the front facing. And I know you're probably saying, well, then why are you talking? That's because this is strategic. The reason why is because whenever the questions come, that's where she's going to shine, because her brain is a whole lot faster than mine. So I get to talk here without any interruptions, and then she gets to do the hard work. And yeah. So Nexus started with a wooden ladder and a dream. The dream was, how do we get out of the rat race? How do we stop working for other companies and making them successful? Not to say that that's wrong, nothing wrong with that, but man, that's awesome. But I always ran into these situations. Every company that I work for, I like to work with smaller companies, help them scale, get a little bit bigger. I loved helping companies come into the digital age and really compete with the big dogs, right? And so then that's what I specialize in. And every company I came in and I worked with, they all told me the same thing. They're like, man, this is amazing. Everything you're showing me is amazing. Man, you're so smart. That's awesome. And they told me the defining factor that really made me stop in my tracks. They said, you're gonna run this company for me. You're gonna make me rich. And every time I heard that, I was like, wow, that's really such a turnoff, they meant it as a compliment, because they're like, man, you're so smart, you know what you're doing. Great, but the idea of making somebody else rich and then my coming home and my family not, being able to be taken care of the way that I could take care of them if I really put my heart and soul into it, really, it did something to me. So same thing with Marcy. We both had the same dream of, she's incredibly intelligent. She's worked in healthcare for over a decade, helped build systems from the ground up. She worked for a very big company in Houston, helped them set up their internal systems, and she was running a team of 40 plus people, and started from scratch, from nothing, just her and a fold-out table, and built this massive team. And so same thing, we helped other companies grow, and we said, how can we help ourselves grow? And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna make some wooden ladders, because I saw a ladder on the wall, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna throw my entrepreneur brain out there, and I'm gonna build this wooden ladder. I went out, I started cutting wood, and it took me about a day to make one ladder, and that was probably the most crooked ladder you would ever find, right? It's one of those ladders you put on the side and put blankets on. She had one, and my thought was, if I could sell this, then I know, market research, right? Let me sell the ladder that she already has. If there's a demand, we got it. And I sold it really fast. And when I went to go make it myself, I was horrible. And I realized, you know what? Tech is really what I should be in. And so that's what I did. So I started working in tech, and this is what we're doing. We're helping businesses, small businesses, leverage technology, leverage the algorithms, leverage what's out there, we help companies leverage what's in your pocket, and we teach strategy. We are a digital strategy marketing company, and that's what we teach, that's what we help, because every single person here has the ability, has the strength, the wisdom. Everybody here has a gift, and you deserve to show that gift to the world, and we want to help you get that out there. So that's what we do, and we like to think that we're great people, and we like to help out businesses. We like working with people we like, just so you know. So we, as every business, they've had clients that you're like, these people are crazy, but that's what we do. We love helping small businesses, and that's why we're here. And so, yeah, so I got the cue, and thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're going to open it up for questions. So, have at it, group.
I got one for you.
Yes.
All right.
So with my HR hat on, how did you overcome some of your growing pains, like staffing, recruitment, retention, things of that nature?
We haven't. Yeah, we haven't. We're so it's just us two, and it's just to chime in on this. It's just us two working in the business. We have contractors that help us with some of the fulfillment, but a lot of it is on us. And so we're at the point where we're at that chicken egg where we need to grow. But in order for us to grow and scale, we need more clients. In order to service the more clients, we need more support. And so that whole thing, we're kind of in that area right now. But you know, with every business, when they get in that, it's you have to stretch yourself thinner before you can, you know, scale that. So that's where we're at right now. But we would love to find, I guess, out of the box solutions for that problem. Yeah.
For now, it's just us. Like this is Nexus. You know, it's funny because like when we worked with different companies, and as soon as we tell them we're an agency, they're like, oh, I want to work with a person. We're like, it's just two of us.
Yeah,
like we are the person.
We are the business.
Yeah, we are the business. And so, but like you mentioned, we do have like an extension of support that helps us like fulfill and run the company. But that has been the issue, and it's just, again, that's why we wanted to do this, to kind of hear from the experts, right? Like what suggestions and how to help us do that. But still something, we're I say only, but I don't want to discredit the time we have, but we're going on 3 years of operations now. And so, we like to say that we did it the hardest way.
Say we did not do what you did.
Yeah, it's like we're listening to you, we're like, that's
how you do it. Okay. Yeah, we went all in on ourselves. We just burned the boats, and we were like, we don't know how we're gonna figure it out, but we're gonna figure it out. We're blessed to have each other. We are great. Like, we're very compatible, and we complement each other in our skills. She's more in the front facing. She's more the people person. So if like you want somebody that's relatable, you're probably gonna talk to her. If you want somebody that's tech and talks high level stuff, that's probably gonna want to talk to me. But yeah.
So you said you work with people that you like. I've been wondering why you haven't called me back.
We're meant to be back.
Yeah.
At the level that you guys are at, how do you find the balance between work and life? Like, how do you stop? How do you put that balance?
It's very hard. So we run our business from home, right? And so similar to what you said, you start at home. Same thing. We're like, ideally, it would be great to have a space here, spacious, right? And have an office and be like, come to our brick and mortar.
We will eventually.
And we will. That's a goal. But it's we work from home, and so it is very difficult to like clock out, right? And then be like, this is home. And so we've tried different things from like from giving ourselves a schedule. But as you know, when you're in a business, like you're on all the time, right? And so that's kind of hard. But really, it's just honestly, we schedule out time. So like for instance, like last night we're working, and I've been sick, so I've been kind of out of it. He's been handling everything, and we have a list of things. That's why I haven't. Yeah, and so but we're like, we haven't spent time together, and we believe that like if we're not okay, we don't prioritize our relationship, like our personal relationship, our family, then what are we doing this for, right? Because if we're putting all this effort into business, but we're not on the same page, as a family, then like we're doing this for us, right? We're doing this for our kids. And so we schedule time. So like we're stopping at 7, mind you, 7, not 5 or 4, but we're stopping at 7, we're gonna cook dinner here, we're gonna sit down, turn off devices, but we're just gonna look at each other and talk for at least 30 minutes to an hour if we can, And so we do intentional time to be able to do that, when the kids are there. Like he always says, like, your mom mode, I have the business. So it's about like tag teaming and like, so it is, I can't say that we've mastered it, because we definitely have not, but it's very challenging. But it's part of, this is why not everyone has a business, right?
Yeah.
Because it is hard. And so
one thing that I have done, because as say this as the man, I have to kind of like put myself as leading. And so what I did was I take the initiative on waking up earlier than everybody else. I go to the gym, I do my my meditation, I do things to help me get in the right mindset, so that way by the time everybody else wakes up, I'm there to lead, and I'm there, like it's self-care, and I've learned to do that. And so that's helped so much going forward, because you're never gonna have a perfect day, and you're never gonna there's always gonna be something that's going on, and having multiple people in the house, everybody has problems. So you want to be there and be a leader to be prepared to do that. So that's helped me so much. Yeah.
So who's your ideal client? What specific type of businesses have you served? Do you want to serve? And what services do you provide?
Yeah, that's great. So we typically like working with service-based businesses, and we're biased. We love businesses where the owners have a passion about what they do. Right? If they light up when they're talking about what they do, we love that, and we want to help that, because we're not in this for the money. We're like, that's not what we're.
It's important.
It's important, yeah.
But that's not the sole purpose.
That's not the sole purpose. The sole purpose is freedom. The sole purpose is and we want to live life, and we want to have contribution, right? We want to contribute to the world, and that's the same thing. We love working with businesses that are doing something where if the person is like, they found their spark, they found their like, man, this is what I love doing, and it's contributing to society, and they're making the world better, especially in the community. We want to help that business. We like, that's what we love doing.
Which that could, we understand that does make things a little harder for us, because like when you niche down, however you say, things get easier because you build systems, you already know that industry. So like, ideally in a perfect world, we would love to work with purposeful business owners who are on the same niche, right? But we don't close the door to anyone who has a different type of business maybe we haven't worked with. It's still service-based because that's our specialty. And we see, like you said, the passion. Here lately, just in the last couple months, we've met so many owners who have that spark in their eye, and they're just so passionate, and it's just like, it's like, it doesn't make sense. They're like, I don't know how, I feel like I have to do this. And we're like, you're it. Like, that's what we want, We've worked with people who don't, that's not their drive. Their drive is simple, like, for some reason they have a business because maybe it fell in their lap, or it's simply about what they can get, and we've helped those people too, and we have found that it is not for us. It's just the energy is different, the demand is different, we just don't align. And although yes, we could help you, that's just not what we're in business for, And so, but I will say, since I do have a healthcare background, it becomes easier to be able to help people that are in the health and wellness space, and they do kind of like, we've been blessed to have people be like, just happen to be that. So we do have several clients that are in the health and wellness space, like more than, like if we had to group our clients right now, like the majority are in the health and wellness space, but we also have like a school, we have a tree service.
We have an author that
an author, like we have, again, we're not as specific, but it's mainly about the person, and we know once we start talking to someone, we usually vet someone, right? Like someone comes up and says, I need marketing. And we're like, okay, why? And we start to have that conversation, we meet with them, and then you can tell when someone's in it because it's something greater than them. They have passion, right? Our first presenter, he literally put his retirement into his business, went all in, like that, those are signs, right? Versus someone who's just like, I just want to make money, and that's all I care about. And they're like, cutting corners, and there's a lack of what's it called, like moral compass there. Not so passionate about that.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know if that answers your question. And then what services do we offer?
Oh yeah, so type of services we offer. We do web development, social media marketing, and then AI systems integration. So it covers the majority of the basis of online, online marketing. We have a team of people as well as connections with other agencies. So essentially, like pretty much almost any type of marketing needed, like we pride ourselves in having a network that could help people. So even if we don't, like maybe we're not a good fit, like we have no problem saying, hey, you know what, this over here would be really good for you, because we want to help in any way that we can. So obviously you know, like working with somebody who's like, man, I want to do this. I get a lot of calls from people that are like, man, I want to do this, but then like it's a great idea, but they're not really serious about being a business owner because that's a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
And so then I have to, send them somewhere else and say, hey, you know what, start here. And then once you get to this certain point, then we can really talk. And so there's a certain point in business where you kind of flip from being a freelancer to a business owner. And that's the sweet spot, right? When you're past the freelancer spot and you're actually going to build a business, those are the areas that we strive to help. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had a different question earlier, but I switched it because he kind of asked it with the husband and wife thing. But after listening to you right now about AI, like how do you explain it to people who are new? Like whenever you're going there to talk to these people that you're trying to get to this level, how do you explain it to like you're explaining to like a kid like myself? Like how can I understand like how you're helping the business with these new systems that we're unfamiliar with?
Yeah.
Like, don't have no understanding.
So yeah, great question. And the approach I like to take is because AI is so expansive and there's so much that you can, it's such a huge topic. The bigger question, or what we like to do, is we like to ask about you, for instance. And we get more, we learn about you, what your needs are, because we don't want to kind of fill you, just like tell you everything about AI, because then it gets overwhelming, right? So instead, we like to connect the dots. So that's one thing that I kind of like am pretty good at, where I can make connections between what you're doing and what you're trying to do, and say, okay, here's the solutions that help you. And so then that's how I would approach AI. So for instance, if you're looking at your business, right, and saying, okay, well, let's take a look at your business, what your services you offer, and who your target market is, and what you're trying to do, where you're trying to scale. Like what vision do you have from now to the next 5 years or 3 years, right? And then go, okay, well, based off of that, what you're trying to accomplish, then here's the solutions that'll get you there, right? Because there's certain solutions that will get you part of the way, or certain solutions that are they're great and they're big, but they're way too much for you. So then we like to help set you up. So we say, okay, if you need, if you're going, I know y'all sell cookies and stuff, right? So I can't wait to try them. So whenever, right? So if there's manual processes in your paperwork and things like that, then we can say, hey, you know what? Here's a solution. AI can help you with that, right? There's automation that can help you with that. Some kind of like a way of maybe you don't have enough time or capacity to message everybody that's hitting you up on social media or things like that. So then it's like, hey, you know what? I know a way, we have a solution where AI can help you with that. Here's how we can implement that for you. And then it's your voice and everything about you. It's like you're answering people. They're laughing and joking with you, but you're over there, you're making, you're working within your business, and AI is kind of taking care of things for you. So there's certain solutions, but it's really just based off of your needs, and that's what we like to do.
I almost feel like you know me because you must know that's like the worst thing. Like, people were just like, oh man, I wish and I heard about that system and I was just like, well, but I did bring cookies, so.
I love that. Yeah. See, if you would have started with that, it would be good. No, but that to your point, a lot of businesses have that problem. And that's one of the things, right? As business owners, we tend to think that our problems are unique, right? We're like, oh, I'm facing this. This is my issue. And that's because we're working so much in the business, right? That we never get a chance to work on the business. That's why I love things like this, right? And groups. We've been networking since late October, and we've learned so much of the fact that we're not crazy, right? That we're just business owners, we're just people.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we're just entrepreneurs, It's like, oh man, you have crazy clients too, like I thought we were just, right? And so a lot of businesses have that issue. A lot of businesses, it's like the ability to multiply yourself has always been the challenge, and with AI, you're able to do that, and that's how we help companies with the AI system.
And just to add to that, that's part of the reason why we liking who we said earlier, we want to like who we work with, because we want to work closely with you. So,
Yeah.
it's us, and so we're not like sending you off to someone, or you're not calling corporate. Like you're gonna get our cell phone number. You're gonna probably eventually come have dinner with us. You know, like no one knows. Like we're gonna welcome you in. And so you know, and so we want to like obviously who we work with, but also because we're gonna simplify things for you. It's complicated. Even me, I'm in this business, and half of the time when it's tech, I'm like, talk to Aaron because it's overwhelming, and it is. That you either have that ability to like understand that stuff, or don't, or it's just too much work and to learn it. But then there's the techies in the world. That's why he's the techie, you know. And so that's where we work together. Where he's gonna work on the system, the tech part, and then I'm gonna make sure that you understand it the way it would benefit you. You might not know the ins and outs and this, and half the time I don't know the ins and outs of the
You
wires
explain.
that need to be, but you're gonna know how this is gonna help you. So you know, and so at the end of the day, there has to be a trust between you and your client that you can, you know, kind of hold their hand through it, and that's what we do. Sorry.
That was a good summary.
Okay.
But we still have one more question. So
Okay.
as always, how can we as a community help you?
Good question. I'll take it. I love this question because I thought about it and I was like, how can they help? How can they help? So like Aaron mentioned, we honestly just started networking in October. Sounds crazy because we've been in business for a few years, but mainly it was because we were working. Honestly, I say we were hiding out because we were just like, you know, head down working, and it was extremely hard. And honestly, the thought of networking was very scary just because of the way it's been presented in the past. It was very transactional, I felt like it was. And when we changed our perspective and decided to show up and it's going crazy. Why did you?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're out of the
Because
frame. Get back in the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we decided to like approach it differently and approach it from a way of giving instead of worrying about what we're getting, it felt very, again, in previous industries, it felt like I had to go and get a sale, get an appointment, and that is not our style. And so when we changed it and decided we wanted to give value, it just changed the whole thing for us. And so we've met a lot of people. Again, it's just been since late October. And so we realized that the way we would feel the most supported is just by meeting you guys. So like, if you're like, oh, I really want to support them, I like them, they have good energy, then we should connect. It's just simple as that. Because, you know, as us talking, like, it's not even about, hey, can you be a client? It's more about like, how can we add value to each other? So I guess to sum that up, the easiest way would be connect with us. If you feel like, hey, they might be someone that I want to learn about and maybe I can share about my business, we could grab some coffee. You can connect on social media. You can follow us on, check out our website, whatever it is. And then I think building connections, that has been the way that we feel the most supported. And then if, like, we truly believe that if it's meant for us, it's coming. So we really don't have to work too hard for it. Like, and if it was a rejection, it was supposed to be that. So I'm not too worried about like, do you know someone? It's more about like, let's connect and
It's
see
kind
what
of the same. It's kind of the same thing that you showed earlier. How many cups of coffee have we had? And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to increase the number of cups of coffee that we have.
We really like coffee.
There's definitely some more in the back, so we can have a couple if you need. So thank you very much. Like, let's give them a hand. For our speakers, and we'll get another one for you guys. So we have a little cup, and we'll get you another one for her. We have another one in the back. So we just, if you present, you get a cup. Okay.
Hey.
So those of you that haven't applied to present, a little, present, right? No, present. Come on, come on. You can talk.